Okay, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody, depending on where you're zooming in. Welcome to this great session. As usual, being a Sunday, we meet and we talk about matters health, how to live a longer, healthier life. And today we are especially privileged to have this great speaker, this gentleman who is a professional public speaker and one of the leaders in that space. And he's going to tell us a little bit about him. He's a leader in Toastmasters, and he's also a leader in Neolife. He's one of our long-standing leaders in the wellness space. And he's going to be talking to us about a very exciting topic, especially for men. This is a topic that is very sensitive to men. It's about men health, how men can live a longer, healthier life and function fully as men. So without further ado, I want to welcome Dan Odero. Dan, karibu sana.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you for that, and good afternoon to those in Nairobi. Good morning if you're elsewhere, or good evening. This Sunday we're discussing a topic on men's health. My name is Dan Odero. I am a business builder. I have been in Neolife for a while now, about 30 years. And one of the areas that is important to us, and one of the reasons I got involved in Neolife, because they offer an opportunity that not only to supplement an income, but also take care of our health. And many a time people focus a lot on how much they're earning, taking care of bills, taking care of things, but we forget, and sometimes we forget about our health. This month also is a month of, we're talking about men's health. We have Men's Day on the 19th, and it's an important aspect to talk about men's health for the men in the room, and for those, of course, with men in their lives, their fathers, their husbands, their brothers, and their cousins. It is important to address this topic because health is our responsibility, not that for a doctor. And I'm not saying the doctors are not important. If you are not feeling well, don't go first looking for alternatives. Go to a doctor to find out exactly what is wrong with you. And then, but it's also good to know what are the things that affect our health. Because many times, in fact, a study was done that said 80% of people who have died of natural causes have died of things that are preventable. These things are preventable. And I remember one time I was not feeling too well. I went to the hospital, and the doctor says, when a man comes into a hospital, this was said by a doctor, when a man comes in looking for consult a doctor, and he comes into a hospital on his own, walking, then they know things are very serious. Apparently, men don't normally go out to the hospital. They don't go to doctors. They are manly. They have to be pushed. Normally, their wife has taken them, their mother has taken them there. And in fact, one friend confirmed this, and he says he was brought into hospital on a stretcher. Now, that was lucky because sometimes you might not make it there if you are brought in on a stretcher. And I know a number of men, friends of mine, and you might know some who did not make it to the hospital. They had an incident, and that was it. And some of these things are preventable. These things you can prevent. Let's not think too much of how much money you have in our bank accounts, because that also reminds me of an uncle of mine who was unwell for a long time, for 2 months. And I listened to him and I said, probably he's in hospital, but he's not getting better. He probably needs some supplementation. And because he was not married, he was single, but he was an engineer building roads around. He says, please go take the money out of my account for me and get me what you are suggesting, because medication was not helping so much. When I went to his account, I found that he had over a million shillings stuck in the account. What is the point of, and I thought to myself, what is the point of having so much money, but your health is deteriorating? And then that's when you're looking at panicking, when you're panicking and things like that. So we want to talk about what can you do to prevent it. We don't want to get to a point where you have to start being rushed to hospital. You're being treated. You have to call all your friends because the money that you have put aside is not enough. And that's one thing also to consider. Prevention is much cheaper than treatment. Preventing is much cheaper. Some people doubt that, but that is true. So let's go straight into this presentation, talking about men's health. I will talk about it, and this is our topic today, men's health. And just give me a moment as I share my screen. So this is it, men's health. Of all the things that we do, one of the things that's important to do is take care of your health as men. We need to take care of our health. Not only for yourself, for those around you. Because if you don't take care of your health, you bring and you stress everybody else around you. Because everybody else has to start now worrying about you. They have to come and see, and you're there, miserable, crying. What can you do about it? And the things we can actually do. And we're going to do some things done. There are 7 facts, health facts men need to know. And if you're a man around, these are the facts you need to know. What are these facts? I'll go them one by one. Only 30% of men and man's overall health is determined by genetics. Where I was born because of my genetics. Only 30% is determined by genetics. 70% is controllable through lifestyle. 70% of that. So a lot of what we have to go through is determined by our lifestyles. And then, further to that, men live 9 years in poor health. They live for so long with poor health. Men live for 9 years in poor health, mostly preventable by making small lifestyle changes. So instead of looking, some people say that's how it is. We are men. You know how people sometimes talk. We are men, which is not true. But this is a fact. Men live 9 years in poor health, which are mostly preventable by small lifestyle changes. And for those of us who enjoy our drink, I enjoy my beer, which is not a bad thing to do. If you consume 4 to 10 drinks per week, sometimes there's a lot of stress, so you have to have a drink. If you drink 4 to 10 drinks per week, at most, have a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. So 4 to 10 is not bad. Per week, not per week. That means if you're drinking, if you enjoy your drink. Drinking more than 10 drinks a week almost doubles your risk of type 2 diabetes. So sometimes some men say, every night I have to, after work, let me go and distress, get into the bar every day. If you consume 4 to 10 per week, at least there's a lower risk. But if you go higher than that, 10 drinks per week, you almost double it. So if you're a casual drinker every day, drink a bit. I'm not talking about drunkards, but if you say every day, something to help me a little bit, you double your risk of type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is one which comes upon us. We're not born with it. So this is a fact that we need to know. And then we have men who climb 50 stairs or walk 5 blocks a day may lower their risk of heart attacks by 25%. Men who climb stairs or walk 5 city blocks a day. Don't be taking that. Sometimes you say, let me take a motorbike, and they get here. When you go to a village, you're always taking you get to a building, a tall building, you're always taking the lift. You never walk. Just by doing this, 50 stairs or walking 5 blocks lowers your risk of heart attacks by 25%. Now, heart attack does not tell you when it comes. Some people don't survive heart attacks. I know a friend or two of mine who have just had a heart attack and they did not make it. They did not make it. They were dead when they reached the hospital. But these are the things that can lower the risk. As we get older, as we eat a lot of the food choices we have. But these are the things, these are some of the facts we have. On marital wellness, inactive men are 60% more likely to suffer from depression than those who are active. Inactive men are 60% more likely to suffer from depression than those who are active. Inactive, by the way, watching TV is not activity, it's inactivity. When you're sitting there watching something, when you're there watching a game, inactive. You're not really doing something. Things that get you to think, things that get you to use your mind more is active, 60% more likely. So you're saying, I do a lot of activity, it's just my drink and my beer. Oh, 60% more likely. Another fact, sleep. Men who sleep 7 to 8 hours a night have about 60% less risk of fatal attacks than those who sleep 5 hours or less. And those of us who say, well, I'm so busy, I don't have time. When I'm sleeping, I'm getting poor. You know, some people say those kind of things. I'm in my bed, I'm getting poor. I must be up early. They're up by 4. They're in bed after midnight. Try to make it a habit of sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, because that lowers the risk of fatal heart attacks, and it's better for you. Don't think, some people say those who sleep too much are caught in poverty. No. You might not be caught in poverty, but you might be, if you don't sleep enough, you have low risk of a heart attack. You won't make it for very long. So consider these things very seriously. And then nutrition. Getting the correct servings of nutrition of fruits and veggies a day is as easy, for example, a glass of orange juice, a large carrot, half an avocado, 1 potato, an apple. So these things too. Getting correct nutrition. I hear some men sometimes say this is for women and children and those who are sick. They are more like manly things, the nyamacho, the roast meat, small vegetable, a small bit of change a little bit. Serving of fruit, veggies, easy things. And I'm showing here a glass of orange juice, a large carrot. You can do that as you go along. First of all, you'll feel more energetic when you start doing these things. You won't feel so sluggish. You won't feel so tired. You won't be sleeping all the time. When you're in the family, you're sleeping. When you're watching that ball game, you're sleeping and saying, I'm watching soccer. When someone puts on, that's when you wake up because the noise has stopped in your head. No. Eat these things which are fresher. You can have more time to enjoy your family. You can go out. Yeah. These are some more things for nutrition. These are some of the facts. Simple things we can do. Now, Harvard Health Publishing, Harvard School, on a study they did in Harvard, said men are assailed by diseases that can affect anyone. Heart disease, stroke, diabetes, cancer, depression, but they also have the unique issues such as prostate cancer, benign prostate enlargement. prostate cancer has become very common in men, very common as we get older. In fact, even the younger men are getting prostate cancer. And it's a lot of times because of the things we eat. The things that can affect anybody, but we are also the things like prostate cancer, benign prostate enlargement. That's getting bigger. And the things to do to prevent those things from happening, it says that many of the major health risks that men face can be prevented with a healthy lifestyle, regular exercises, a healthy diet, not smoking. If you're a smoker, not smoking, stress reduction, and alcohol consumption in moderate range, no more than 2 drinks a day, if at all. I enjoy my drink, but minimize it. Regular checkups, screening tests, and spot disease early when it's easiest to treat. Go for the checkups. Go and check what's happened. Regular checkups, at least twice a year. At least twice a year. So don't be an average man. Get on board with protecting your health today. You don't just be the man who is, let me be a man. Do me, a strong man. No, don't be an average man. Go and do these small things. It's best for you and for your family. For your family also, for the friends around you. We should not worry people so much because you're living like a real man. These are studies which are done by Harvard. You don't have to be when you're in this business, you don't have to be a professional. There are studies which have been done, and we'll talk about that later, but there are things which are there which you can read, find out how can I take better care of my health. What are the things I need to do? Now, the company were involved in Neolife and took the pyramid. There's a pyramid we have, the typical lifestyle pyramid. Normally, we turn it upside down because we've got minimal physical activity. People become overweight. Let me relax. Let me relax. Minimal physical activity. Whole grains, not so much. Fruits and vegetables, the place that they sell the most fruits and vegetables, if you have noticed, is outside hospitals. That's the biggest, there's a big standout there. But other places, people don't buy a lot. Protein, the meats, the roasted meats, there are things we eat. Fats and sugars, the simple sugars, the white ugali, the chips, the chapatis, a lot of that. And this is what happened. This is what happened. The lifestyle pyramid is then turned upside down. What you need to do is a basic thing. Turn it right, turn it upside. Change the way you do things by what you do. Turn your pyramid the right side up by physical activity, weight management. Do some walking. Park your car somewhere. Walk. Use the lifts. Don't use lifts so much. Use stairs. Do a little bit of walks in the evening, in the morning. Eat more whole grains. Whole grains, not processed foods, whole grains. That is the ground maize. Have a fruit and vegetable on your meals at least daily. At least have it there in the week. Have some fruit. Some people never see. I remember one time, my brother's lips had turned black and they wondered what happened. And when they did a check, they found that he had not eaten fruit for a year. For a year. The lips turned black. At least twice a week, at least have some vegetables in the dish there. And you put a bit of a nice amount. Protein, a little bit of it. Not too much. Have your meat here, but not too much. Fats and sugars, less. Those processed foods, and you go out have a little of that. What is the New Life solution? New Life does not come in to replace the things we're eating. New Life comes in to give us a gap. When I first joined the business many years ago, I was skeptical, but I found out differently. This actually is important. And one of the things that Neolife was built on began 60 years ago. The first product they actually found, which was discovered by a study done by the US government. Because at that time, 60 years ago, 1950s, people were dying of chronic fatigue. And a study was done, and they found what was the cause of the chronic fatigue. It was the removal, because of food processing, of rice bran, wheat germ, and soya. So it was being removed. The important parts, the germ of the meat was being taken out so that the grains can land on the shelf longer so you can feed more people, which is a noble thing to do. But they removed that, and they was having chronic fatigue. So this study was done, shelved. One of the scientists picked it up and says, why can't we package this into something that can help people instead of us shelving it? So Neolife came up with, say, if we put the grains back into our meals in a product called 3NN, 3-in-1, wheat germ, soya, and rice bran, the product has something called 3NN, the lipids and sterols, not steroids, sterols, which are essential oils. These essential oils make the cells in our body more receptive to nutrition. In a diagram, what does that say? If your cells do not have these lipids and sterols, they become unhealthy. And we've got about 73 trillion cells in our bodies that have to be fed. If we don't have enough of these oils, lipids and sterols, the things that we eat don't get into the cell well. The nutrition doesn't get in well, and toxins don't get well. If you put them back into the cell, and sometimes you take a supplement for that, you eat well, of course, but you also take a supplement, then your lipids and sterols cause the cells of the 73 trillion cells in our bodies to be more healthier, nutrients getting better, toxins get out better. What is the result of this? When you do that, energy level is better. You get more optimal energy levels are better. But take this product. Anything else you're eating also gets into the cells better. Everything else we eat gets in better. The basis of all nutrition should be this product. The basis. If you're taking medication, medication also gets in better because the cells can take in what's important and take out the toxins. So this is a basis. Everything you're starting with supplementation. Someone says, what do I start with? Start with 3NN. If you're taking a supplemented, start with 3NN. If someone is sick in the hospital, you can give them 3NN because it helps the things that you're taking get in a lot better. As I've said, it feeds the cells, which gives energy, increases cellular energy production, optimize membrane function. You function better. In fact, there's a story of a gentleman who had been paralyzed for about 6 years, who was bedridden, he was paralyzed, was not moving, and then some family member got into Neolife, they gave him the product. After about 2 weeks, he began to walk again because things began now to get in where they're needed. Those people who leave work and are so tired found that when they start taking 3NN, they are active, they can stay awake, they can do things until late. Next morning, they can get up. This is what it has. This is what it is. The second one we have there is Neolife as found out is carotenoid complex. And carotenoid complex is fruits and vegetable. What it has is a supplement that fills the gap of fruits and vegetables. It's the number one, the first carotenoid supplement in the world. It has been patented. So no other company has this product. What is it when you take a supplement like carotenoid complex? It helps to boost it is like the power of 115 kilograms of raw fruits and vegetables in each bottle. Excuse me. This is what it is. So take your fruits, but this one now bridges the gap better. Because sometimes when you're taking our fruits and vegetables, we don't know how they've been grown. Some of them give you, but they're not getting into the cell where you need because things are grown nowadays because to look good, but they don't actually give us the food. The way they are grown, the things that are done to them, they're less potent. So it is good, yes, to eat them, but also bridge the gap. Carotenoid complex also, besides just giving you the raw, it has been clinically proven to boost the immune system by 37% in 20 days. Clinically proven, not something we clinically proven. New Life has got a scientific advisory board who do research, and this is what they have proved. That means if there's a disease going around, when COVID came around, when these things go, the monkeypox comes around, if you are taking carotenoid complex, you are less likely to get a disease. You're less likely. And this has been clinically proven. We move on to another product. Another product that we have is New Life is the salmon oil. Salmon oil. Now, the salmon oil from New Life fills the fish gap, is balanced, gives you all 8, and there are 8 omega-3s. Clinically tested, ultra pure. There's a story I have also around our omega-3. The scientific advisory board, which is active, one time one of the scientists came around and says, let me see what we have, because there are many people who say we sell omega-3. You don't have to buy the one from New Life. Some people say it's expensive. He said, okay, let's try, let's do a test. One of the scientists came out, Fred Hooper, and he says, let me go and check what we have as our competition, because people are saying we're all doing the same thing. So he said, it doesn't matter. It matters. He went out to a chemist in Nairobi, checked the omega-3 that they were selling there. He looked at the ingredients, because he's a scientist, he can tell what is there. He looked at the ingredients and says, he asked the chemist, I don't see omega-3 listed here, but the product is called omega-3. The scientist says, yes, it doesn't have any. It's omega-3 because people are looking for omega-3. Because people are saying, I want omega-3. They sell you anything. Be very careful of where you spend your money buying things that might not be clinically proven to help you, but you are buying them because the doctor says, you must have this one. I've heard it's good. But is it giving you what is actually necessary? In New Life, you can be sure, because they test, the scientists are constantly working and saying that we give you what we actually say. And then we have a multi-nutrient. There's also micronutrients. Vitamins and minerals bridge the dietary gap, plus phytoenzymes for easy digestion. Micronutrients, which we need. We normally get them through the foods, but because our foods have been so compromised, sometimes we don't eat as well. This one bridges the gap. 23 micronutrients that bridges that dietary gap. Supplementation is not to substitute, it's to supplement. Supplement. Remember that we're supplementing. The essential vitamins and minerals that we need are in here. It is nourish your cells more than just a multi. It's complete and balanced. Proprietary blend, added iron, which is important. WHO estimates that 66 to 80% of the world's population may be iron deficient. We don't get enough iron. Where do you get iron? From your liver, from things like that. You can get it from out there. But a lot of 66 to 80% of the world's population is deficient in iron. So we need something like this to bridge that gap. The product we suggest and we recommend that has got all of this is a product called Pro Vitality Pack. Comes in a pack already with the products that we have there. You can see them. The multi-product, the multi-tablet, the omega-3, the carotenoid complex, and the TRNN. That product, and ask the person who invited you to this job, how can I get that as soon as possible? Because you begin to help yourself. Take care of that. Eat well, yes, but start to supplement. The fabulous four are all in there. For men, another thing that is important to take care of the prostate, what am I doing? Have you asked yourself, what am I doing? It is so common. Prostate cancer is so common. What have you done actively to prevent it? What are you doing actively? There's a product called masculine herbal complex. It aims to improve physical vitality and libido. Very important product. If you want your prostate health, take the product, which is masculine herbal complex. It reduces the risk, slows it down, ensures that your prostate is healthy. Now, some of the things you can take for foods to get a healthy prostate are also things like your tomatoes, raw tomatoes in your food there. But the things you get, how good are they? To be sure, it's nice to be sure that I'm taking something that is, because sometimes you can say, the doctor says you've got a problem. What are you doing to be sure? How are you bridging that gap? Sometimes you say, I'm not so sure about what I'm eating there. The masculine herbal complex comes in as a good supplement to take. If you know someone already who has got a prostate challenge, offer the masculine herbal complex. Another fantastic product to have, and all men should, from the young age, should be taking zinc, chelated zinc. Zinc is one of the extremely potent products to slow down any health challenges with the prostate. All men should be on it. Have it there. And zinc does so many other more things, but for the prostate, it's very important to have your zinc tablets. These are 100 tablets, it's very good in there. Zinc also enhances healings, does many other things. Good for the men, for the prostate, but also good for women. By the way, if someone was going to hospital for an operation, before the operation, this has been something Dr. Arthur Fletcher, when I was one of his presentations, said this: take 10 zinc tablets before an operation and take 10 after. It enhances the healing. It makes the healing much shorter. My father, who is over 80, had a bit of a challenge and was in hospital for a long time. The thing that helped him heal quickly was the zinc. He healed much faster. The things like bed sores. Yeah, I know when you're older, healing takes a lot slower. So zinc helps that one. Also, in the case of women, if you've gone for a C-section, zinc helps healing faster. In fact, I had a story where a doctor said this healing was almost miraculous. Miraculous healing. Zinc also helps that. Chelated zinc. Very good product to have. In summary, what I would like to say illnesses can be prevented through healthy diet, which is important. Is my diet healthy? Do more exercise, reduction of alcohol and smoking. I know some of us enjoy it. Those of us don't, okay, but those of us enjoy a bit of a drink, not bad, but reduce it. Neurolife offers scientifically proven nutritional supplements to improve men's health. The change starts with you. The change starts with you. And this is what we have. It is good to go for checkups, gentlemen. Go and have a checkup. Go and do, when you're sick, go to a doctor. But there are things you can do to ensure that you can prevent the problems that we have. Don't sit back helplessly. The things you can actually do to help yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I've gone through this presentation. We've gone through the things that we need. Remember the facts that we have there. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you have to be carried to the hospital. Don't wait until your family have to come and help you. Take care of some of those things beforehand. Take care of them. Yeah. Supplement your diet. What am I having in my diet? Have more fruits and vegetables. Remember what we said, it's easy. Some of the things you can do easily. A carrot, a glass of juice in your diet. Those things you can do. Lead your family from the front. Take care of them. Some of the products like we have, like the one you can see there, carotenoid complex, which is there on my screen. Carotenoid complex, besides boosting the immune system, also slows down the rate of growth of cancer. Slows it down. So if you have a cancer which is growing, you can live with it very well. Remember, health is your responsibility. Checkups, yes, go to a doctor. Don't go to pharmacies and ask, what can I get? If you've got a serious thing, go to a doctor. But you might find when you start supplementing well, when you start changing your eating habits, you'll find you have less challenges, you have more energy, you're sleeping 7 to 8 hours, you're only drinking alcohol not too often. These are things that we have in our hands to do. We've come to the end of our presentation. I'd like to remember that what we have actually said, nutrition is one of the ways, what am I doing in my diet? Simple things you do in your food. Less protein, more fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables, a little bit of exercise, place where you can walk these areas instead of going on to taking being idle. Do some things that cause you some activity, walking a little bit, be active. These things can prevent. And then get to the person who invited you for this meeting. Ask them, what are the things that I need? Where can I get this product? Where can I get more information for? I'm giving you a brief. I don't give you everything. There are many products we can have, but you get a brief of products. 3NN is a good product to have. Pro Vitality Pack. Look for that product. How can I get Pro Vitality Pack? Ask on Monday. Can I get this product? How can I get it? Pro Vitality Pack will give you the 3NN, will give you the carotenoid complex, will give you the multi, will give you the fish oil salmon oil, which will help you. And then for men, the muscular and herbal, especially when men are getting older, the muscular herbal will help you there. And then the zinc. In fact, all men should have, I mean, the ones who are young, coming up, take some, get them some zinc. The young adolescents, helps them to grow, mature. As you get older, you have your zinc. Zinc also helps things like preventing the colds, helps you to slow down, reduce the amount of the flu time from 7 days to 3 days. I have done it, proven. Get them to show you the site. New Life is online. You can go and check the person who invited you, their site. Read about some of the things there. Ask questions. What can I get? Start being actively taking care of our health. Take care of our health actively. If you're somebody saying, how can I do that more? One of the things I'd advise, besides just being a customer, ask the person, how can I become a distributor? How can I get a better price? How can I start putting some money in my pocket and I take care of my health? Ask these questions. You can do it very well on a part-time basis, but do something every day that takes care of your health. You will thank me later. You will thank the person who invited you here, because this is the way we can live more healthy, active lives. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening in. You've been a great audience. The recording of this presentation will be made available probably later this evening or early tomorrow. Go through it, but take an active part in taking care of your health. Don't wait until later. Why wait until it's too late? Why wait until you're having heart attacks? Why wait until you're sick and you're calling for Harambe's? Why wait? Do it now. Do it on Monday. How can I get involved? How can I get products? How can I get involved in something and save some money? How can I help my family? This is what we need to do. Neolife has been around for 60 years, and this is what we offer. On Monday, tomorrow, we have a presentation with the same link. The person who invited you will give you more information on how you can get to that. Learn a bit more about the business. Our health is the greatest wealth, but it's our responsibility. You can live to 60, to 70, and all ages without having to have problems every day. These are things we do, our diets and our supplements. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great afternoon, a great day spending with you. As I said, turn to the person who invited you, ask them for more information, and I look forward to meeting you healthily. Beaches of the world where we will go out to as we are healthy and wealthy and less complaints. Good afternoon and have a good week ahead.
Thank you, Dan.